Welcome to Earth, dear students. This is a place where children's rights prevail, so let's take a time trip where we will learn a lot about these. Now we will travel through different countries. Our first stop is Geneva, Switzerland. The League of Nations adopts the Geneva Declaration on the Rights of the Child, special aid in times of need, priority for relief, economic freedom and protection against exploitation, and an education that instills conscience and social duty. The United Nations General Assembly establishes the International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, with an emphasis on children around the world. The United Nations General Assembly approves the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, in which Article 25 entitles mothers and children to special care and assistance, and social protection. In Colombia, it opened its official headquarters in 1950, being the first agency of the United Nations system. And since 1953, UNICEF became a permanent body within the United Nations system, with the mandate to respond to the needs of children and protect their rights. The United Nations General Assembly adopts the Declaration of the Rights of the Child, which recognizes, among other rights, the rights of children to education, play, an enabling environment and health care. The International Labour Organization adopts Convention 138, which establishes 18 as the minimum age to perform work that may be dangerous to the health, safety or morals of a person. Now let's move on to our next stop, where the United Nations was founded, San Francisco, United States. The General Assembly urges member states to observe the Declaration on the Protection of Women and Children in Situations of Emergency and Armed Conflict. On the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the 1959 Declaration of the Rights of the Child, the United Nations General Assembly declares 1979 as the International Year of the Child, in which UNICEF plays a prominent role. The Convention on the Rights of the Child was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly and widely hailed as a historic achievement for human rights, recognizing the role of children as social, economic, political, civil and cultural actors. The International Labour Organization, ILO, adopts the Convention on the Worst Forms of Child Labour, which calls for the immediate prohibition and elimination of any form of work that may harm the health, safety or morals of children. The United Nations General Assembly adopts 2 optional protocols to the 1989 Convention on the Rights of the Child, which oblige states parties to take key measures to prevent children from participating in hostilities during armed conflict and to end the sale, sexual exploitation and abuse of children. The Secretary-General of the United Nations issues the Statute of the Convention on the Rights of the Child. A new optional protocol to the 1989 Convention on the Rights of the Child is adopted. The Committee on the Rights of the Child can file complaints of violations of the rights of the child and initiate investigations. After this wonderful journey in time, we will travel to even a beautiful place, the place that saw us grow, Colombia. Here in Colombia you will know the 10 most important rights of children. 1. The right to equality in all respects without distinction as to race, religion, language, nationality, sex, political opinion or other traits. 2. The right to special protection to promote their physical, mental and social development. 3. The right to have and enjoy a name and nationality from birth. 4. The right to adequate and dignified food, housing and medical care in order to develop properly. 5. The right to education and special treatment for children suffering from mental or physical disabilities. 6. The right to understanding and love of parents and society. 7. The right to recreational activities and free education that will make them grow as citizens and people. 8. The right to be among the first to receive assistance in any circumstance that endangers their integrity. 9. The right to protection from any form of neglect, cruelty and exploitation of which they may be victims. 10. The right to be raised in a spirit of understanding, tolerance, friendship among peoples and universal brotherhood.